talking about Derrick Henry in that conversation of greatest running back of all time. That hurt. So not only does it hurt the team and his season, it hurts his legacy of his career. Dub, man, I can't do this. You turn your camera off.
Yeah, turn your camera off.
I'm a shot, bro.
I heard you. I heard you stumble in your voice when I started laughing.
I'm trying to be a serious sportscaster.
Saying about Tua?
The man. He's the
man. Why is he the man?
Bro, there's
why
no
is he the
way.
man?
Like most people, he peaked in college.
Facts.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Facts.
Don't do that.
Let me tell you something.
Hey,
This
listen,
is
I don't hold it against him. I peaked in high school. It happens. It's all good.
Nah. See, if you look at him, I know to the untrained eye, it just seems like, oh, from fantasy, he's just garbage. But if you really look at it, his whole body of work, haven't had a true number one receiver, all of them boys, Preston Williams, Devontae Parker ain't been good since he got paid, barely been on the field since he got paid. Preston Williams barely been on the field since Tua got there. Since Tua got there, 7-6, 2-to-1 interception and touchdown ratio. That's very well. And at the end of the day, he's averaging a little bit over 200 yards. So that shows he's competent. He had Chan Gailey at first. Now he has a new offensive coordinator. So like I said, situations is everything. If he went over there with the Chargers and Justin Herbert, we'll be talking about Justin Herbert like this instead of Tua. But Tua still shows, even with what little he has, he's very confident. He still has great anticipation. That's something your guy Jalen Hurts don't have.
Oh my!
And at the end of the day, he won't lose you a football game. But at the end of the day, he
won't win you a football game either.
He can win you a football game when you give him the right setup, how everybody else is catered to in the NFL. When you cater to him, we'll see. We got to judge.
I seen a Ryan Fitzpatrick have the same offense as Tua, and Ryan Fitzpatrick do more with that offense. Tua's not that guy to win you the games. He's not that guy to gunsling with another high-level quarterback. He's not going pound for pound with a throwing 300, 400 yards with a guy to win you the game. He's not doing that.
Okay, so you brought up Ryan Fitzpatrick, the dude that'll throw 5 touchdowns and throw 10 picks in the same game. Like,
all I'm saying, you're right about that, but at the end of the day, he's doing more with that offense. When it's coming about making that offense explosive, he did more at that time. Tua, bro, you can't sit here and tell me 3 or 4 games where you say, yo, Tua showed out. He balled out. Yes,
it's several games when he played against Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes balled out 28 of 48, 316 yards. Cincinnati, 26 of 39, 296 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. Against Arizona, 20 of 28, 248 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Versus Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray had 283 in that same game. So he shows
how many 300-yard games was there?
But you keep throwing 300 yards around like that's just easy. I just told you in the NFL, 200 is very hard to come by.
200's on that, like 200 on that average level, 200 on that average level. That 300 mark, that's that, yo, you balled out that game.
Yeah, if you
mentioned the Kansas City Chiefs,
if you can hit that a few times though, that would put you at that level, right? So he did it before, so let him try to do it again. He just came up with 297. He hasn't fully healed. Also, you got to bring up college, because when he was in college, he never got a full chance to heal outside his freshman year. Hurt his ankle, comes back within 2 weeks, plays, gets hurt, hurts his knee, comes back 4 weeks after that to play. Then he hurts his hip. Then after he hurts his hip, 9 months, the NFL, well, I'll say 11 months by the time he really fully started. But 11 months later on an injury that usually takes well over 11 months, more so around 18 months to 20 months. Now you're expecting him to play with the best of the best versus Aaron Donald and all of these guys.
Listen, we got to go off the productivity. And when we look at Tua's productivity on his time with the Miami Dolphins, there's a lot of guys that's just been more productive him on
7-6.
Now you're going to say,
okay.
With his time, he's 7-6.
We're going to end it right there, okay?
Can I end it on one note? Go ahead. I think that Tua's not a guy who's going to lose you games. He don't make mistakes. He's not going to lose you games. but I don't believe he's
not
going to win you
games.
Exactly. I don't think he'll win you games. And that's just my honest opinion about Tua.
The thing about Tua, he's still a young boy. We have a lot of time to see
Facts.
whether he is, what he can be, or if he's not what you should want as your quarterback. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from far and wide and from close and near, welcome to our next installment of Player's Choice Gridiron. I am your host, Mr. Daniels. We have another host.
Oh, what's up, guys? My name is Dub Zero. Glad for you guys to join here today. I sound like it's my first time here, but it's not.
Yo, he was just talking about him. He's a you guys see the hat, you guys see the roll tide, Mr. Bama.
All day, man. Scam Thanos.
College
in the building, college phenom. You right? Can't get to the pros without college first, baby. There's a reason you do 3 years for football. So you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Because I'm an SEC fan. This ain't just no regular college football fan. SEC, baby. We play real football in the South.
Speaking of college football, I see my man Ben. He got the Oregon hat on. Pac-12.
Come on, man.
Talk to us.
Yes, sir. Go Ducks. I actually got 2 teams because UNC. I'm from North Carolina, so gotta show them love. And I like Oregon ever since Marcus Mariota, DeAnthony Thomas. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
that was tough.
Facts.
Yeah, real tough.
Fluid. The man.
What's up? Sports _fluent. That's where you find me. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I see our list of topics. I want to, as much as I want to promote my stuff, sports _fluent. I want to dive in because we got some good stuff to talk about.
We do. We got about an hour and 15 to go ahead and try to breeze through this as much as possible. So let's get right into it. What is our weekly power rankings? Ben, start us off. Who you got?
All right. For number 10, I got the Raiders. Number 9, I got the Saints. Number 8, I got the Ravens. Number 7, I got the Titans. Number 6, I got the Bucks. For number 5, I got the Bills. Number 4, I got the Cardinals. For number 3, I think it's time to get this team some respect. The Dallas Cowboys. They won without no quarterback.
I hear you.
Without no quarterback.
I hear
For
you.
number 2, I got the Rams. Number 1, I got the Green Bay Packers. Number 1, Green Bay Packers.
Okay. Green Bay to jump to the top, huh? Fluid. What's up? What's up? How you feeling?
That just threw me for a loop because you started at 10. So I'm going to start at the top. I got the Rams at the top because one, I think we forget they just got better. They just got better.
Folks,
they just made a trade with Denver and they just got better. And I know we're going to talk about it. So I got them at the top. So I got them at 1. I got the Packers. I got Packers at 2. And I will want to just point out. The Packers beat the Cardinals with AJ Dillon, Aaron Jones having big games, and Randall Cobb having 2 touchdowns. And I don't know if you saw it, but that's exactly what I said was going to happen. So I need to point that out because it's exactly what I said would happen. So I got the Pack at 2. I got the Cardinals at 3. Obviously, losing to the Pack knocks them down 1. I'm giving the Cowboys some love. I got the Cowboys at 4. Then I got the Bucks. Then the Bills at number 6. The Ravens at 7. And here's where y'all gonna is new for me because I haven't had any of these teams. I got. No, we're talking playoff teams, man.
Okay, all right.
I got the Raiders at 8.
Okay.
I've got the Bengals at 9. I know the loss to the Jet hurts them, but I think that was just a blip. I think that was they took them lightly.
Mm-hmm.
And this team, I'm throwing in this team because it was a toss-up between these 2 teams. But I looked at their next couple of weeks. They're going to get, I think, 2 really easy wins. And then they're going to play the team that I had at number 10. The Steelers I have at number 10 because they've got the Bears is a win. I hate to say it. They got the Lions. That's a win. And then the team that I had at number 10, which was the Chargers, We're gonna see. We're gonna see for real. They're gonna have a head-to-head matchup in 3 weeks and see. So I got the Steelers. I trust their defense and their veteran. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Their veteran offense is their quarterback over the Chargers. The Chargers. I know they lost a couple of games now, so I got them at 11, but I'm not too sure about the Chargers.
Okay. All right. They shook some things up at 10 right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's up, Bama? Talk to us.
I'll just keep it quick. Bucks, they still got to be number one. They the reigning champs. Can't excuse them until you knock them off. It is what it is. They still showing that they haven't slipped that far. 2 losses. It is what it is. Defense, Brady figure out how to get it done. Number 2, still put Kyler Murray and them boys up there. For them to lose the game 24-21, they played horrible. If you really look at the game, they turned the ball over, didn't move it. They looked kind of stagnant at sometimes. Actually, DeAndre Hopkins wasn't 100%, so they say. Green Bay, really my number one. They my favorite to win the Super Bowl, so y'all calling all that stuff for Green Bay. I've been told people this ever since after they lost that first game when Aaron Rodgers on the beach sending photos. I was like, yeah, they going to the Super Bowl. I already know it. Just knowing the NFL. Rams, I'm gonna put them at number 4 because even though they added Von Miller, that really don't affect quarterbacks like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. Like it really doesn't make any difference. Smoke and mirrors, if you ask me. Maybe get them past the Cardinals, but maybe.
Yo,
have you seen Brady's 3 Super Bowl losses?
Have you seen Aaron Rodgers? Have you seen Aaron Rodgers versus the San Francisco 49ers?
Okay, go.
Oh, my bad.
Go.
All right, if you say so. All right, pass rush effects. All right.
We'll get to that. We will get to
the boys. The boys at number 5. The fact that they won without Dak Prescott really shows how talented that team really is. Put Ravens at 6, Bills, Cincy, Chargers, and this one I'm kind of torn between Patriots and Titans because I think Adrian Peterson, even though it won't be similar to the production of Derrick Henry, he still produces. His last time when he was in Detroit, 153 carries, 609 yards. That's still, some type of good production. Better than what you possibly can find on the street. So that'll still get them there. Hopefully Julio and AJ Brown, them boys heal up, and I think they can probably make that final push. But it's tough between them and the Patriots because Bill and Matt, the more and more that season go on, they start gelling together. They learn what they can and can't do. That's a real scary team, man, because like I say, Bill Belichick, man, he can conjure up a game, dog, and really he possibly could conjure up and help them boys win 10 games, 10-7, maybe 11. You never know with Bill Belichick. You know what I'm saying?
Mad scientist, definitely
mad scientist. So that's where I'm at with those top 10s. But okay. It is what it is with them boys.
Dub, you wanna let yours off? Or
okay. I'll do it. Go ahead. I got the Rams number 1. I'll make it quick. Rams number 1. The the Cardinals number 2, the Bucks number 3, Green Bay number 4, and then going to the top here, we'll go with the Ravens number 5.
Okay.
Ravens number 5, the Bills number 6, and then we'll have the Raiders number 7. We'll have Raiders number 7. Pittsburgh, number 8. Chiefs, number 9.
What?
Chiefs, number 9. I'm not counting them out. I'm not going to take them on my top 10.
2021. It's not 2020.
I never take them on my top 10. And then I'll pick the Bengals as my last spot.
You should put the Eagles at 10.
The Eagles?
They're about as worthy as the Chiefs.
No. They don't got Pat
if they was running the triple option Georgia Tech or
there you go.
Army triple option, I'll put y'all to be a dark horse for the Super Bowl, boy, especially with that quarterback y'all got. That triple option would be nasty.
Our coach, nasty. I don't like our coach, man. He said coaching Jalen Hurts is a nightmare and he's ready for it to be over. Man, I can only imagine because Brian Duvall had the same take at Bama. And that goes to show you, like, Jalen Hurts is on the team that really doesn't believe in him, and for him to still be as productive as he is, It's good. It's good to see from him, man. It really is. It's really sad to see how the whole franchise doesn't believe in him. It's really sad.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. I think we're going to talk a lot about Philadelphia and their coaching and their fans when we get to the most toxic.
I agree.
We will get there. But now moving on to our next topic. Next week, I'll give you guys, I'll let you guys in on my power rankings and why when Russell Wilson gets back, he'll be back next week, right? Why the Seahawks are number 10. But we'll get to that next week, though. But
I forgot about the Seahawks. That's great. That was great,
Yeah.
man.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
yes or BS. This is one of my favorites. We're gonna get into this now. You guys give me how you feel on these, strange, random topics. Not necessarily strange or random, but for lack of better terms, the Browns' offense is broken. Yes or BS, Bama?
As long as Butter Mayfield up under center, it's forever stay broken. Man. He'll lose you games and he can't win you games. So that's a big problem right there. So broke. Broke.
Yes or BS?
I'll say BS. I agree with what you said, Bama. I really do. But I just think that run game with a healthy Nick Chubb and healthy Kareem Hunt is just way too good for a regular season. Playoffs, I can see that being stopped, but regular season, I think the offense is still good.
Ben, how you feel about Butter Mayfield? Yes or BS?
Yeah, man, it's broken, man. I don't understand. It still irks me why they don't pass Odell the ball. I don't understand that. Like, seriously, I don't know what's wrong with the Browns offense. I don't know if it's the scheme or
It's
what.
Baker. It's Baker.
I mean,
Odell. You seen that Instagram post that Odell did?
Yeah. I seen that.
Didn't you send that? You sent that, right?
Yeah, I sent that. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I did.
Son.
Fluid? Yes or BS?
I don't know how many times I have to say Baker Mayfield's the worst quarterback in the NFL, and it's broken. And why they can't get Odell the ball is because Baker don't throw it to him. And unfortunately, no one listened to my free Odell hashtags for the last week before the trade deadline to let him free, because he is on any other team, he's getting the ball. Heck, I would have been happier if Baker stayed injured, because Case Keenum would have got him the ball. Even Case Keenum would have got him the ball.
Yeah.
So yes, it's broken.
Yeah, him not getting the ball.
Maybe the whole Browns are broken.
Okay. Moving on to the next topic. The Bengals are pretenders and not contenders. Jumping right across to the state rivals. How you guys feel about that? Yes or BS? And Dub, start with us.
Oh, pretenders.
Pretenders? Yes.
I thought it was yes or BS.
It is yes or BS.
Oh, BS.
Yes.
BS. Wait.
Ask the question again.
The Bengals
I just woke
are
up from
pretenders and not contenders.
Oh, wait.
The Bengals are pretenders, basically.
Yes
or
BS?
Yes.
Yes. My bad. Woke up from a nap.
The Bengals are pretenders this year. Yes.
Okay. But they're in you guys' top 10 though, right?
Hey, look, listen, being in your top 10, they're playing top 10 football right now.
Okay.
But if I'm saying, are they going to be a Super Bowl contender? No.
Okay.
They're not. They're a year away. So right now, they're pretenders.
Okay, that makes sense then. So you're saying they got the talent, it's just not quite.
They need a little seasoning still, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Bama, what's up? Yes or BS?
They like borderline. They young, but Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, it make you scratch your head like possibly could be, man. Like you get happy, like, but they young, they puppies, man. But a few years, I could see them,
See, a team that's ready doesn't lose to the Jets. Right? That's the sign of a young team that didn't take an opponent seriously. So that's why. Sorry, I know it's on to you guys, so I'll let it. Sorry, Ben.
Ben, how you feeling?
Pretenders, man. They pretenders.
Okay. We're gonna jump right to another team. Are the Saints real NFC contenders? Yes or BS? We going right back to you, Ben.
This NFC is stacked. I don't know about pretenders. Contenders for the Saints. I don't think they're contenders.
BS?
BS.
He's pulling their BS card. Bama, what's up?
Yeah, Jay Boo out for the rest of the season. I would have put them as contenders if Jay Boo was still there. Jameis Winston, I would have gave them a real big contention. But not with Trevor Simeon. It's a wrap, man. Also, you know, if you the backup too, the running back / Hill, yeah, Taysom Hill. Nah, it won't work.
Yeah.
The backup running back and QB.
Yeah, whatever he is, bro. He basically
Okay.
Jalen Hurts. That's how they should use that boy Jalen.
Oh boy,
his career flourished then.
Dub, how you feeling? Contenders?
Nah, they're BS. I mean,
Yes.
BS. They ain't no contenders, man. That game was fixed. I don't care what nobody says. That game was fixed. Let me tell you something. When
Brady packed
when there's
the back.
when there's a listen, let me tell you something, bro. When there's a offside call on like 2nd and goal, and they're like at the 10-yard line, and Alvin Kamara rushes for like 1 or 2 yards, and there's an offside call, and they don't review the replay, that makes me say, you know what? That's kind of sketchy. And that last pick that Tom Brady threw, let me tell you, he threw that pick right into the dude's arm, and a wide open Mike Evans was on the right side. I'm sitting here like, there ain't no way they just threw that game on purpose. And it looked like to me they threw that game on purpose. It just really did. It really did. Don't know why. I think they threw that game on purpose. There's no way Brady throws that interception like that.
Fluid, how you feeling?
Anytime a dialogue is opened up between a team and Phillip Rivers to come in and be their quarterback, they are not contenders. That's it. There's just, if Jameis Winston's, to Bama's point, if he's healthy, we're having a different conversation. But right now, no, they're done.
Okay. The Raiders are AFC West favorites. Bama, yes or BS?
Oh no, that's tough. No, I'm gonna still, because I'm gonna say the Chargers, man. Like, I still got faith in that boy Herbert, because Dan also did Pat Mahomes too. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens, bro. Where they could miss the playoffs. I don't know, man. I doubt it. That's
a tough decision right there.
It is, because look, what happened with Henry Ruggs too, man. You know,
a lot of things going on with that franchise.
That's unfortunate with the family. Henry Ruggs, his career facing 20 years, bro. Both parties, man. You know, that's an unfortunate, turn of events. I don't know, man. Like, it's just a lot going on. First the coach, now Ruggs. I don't know, man. That franchise, like y'all say, maybe they can rally around it, possibly. If they figure out how to rally around all that's going on and pull in closer, maybe, but that just sounds like a storybook, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with the Chargers or KC, about that division.
But old Vegas, you know what goes down in Vegas. Yo, Ben, what's up? How you feel? Yes or BS?
I can see him second. I think so. I think they contenders. I think they could contenders. They can, But I got Chargers going on first, but then on Raiders. But they favorite. They can go up there. They can go favorite.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say they are right now. I think they are right now today. Today, I think the Raiders are the favorites to win, because we don't know what's going on with the Chiefs. There's issues now on offense and on defense. Denver is Denver. So it's really between the Chargers and the Raiders. So when you look at what have the Chargers done in recently, last couple of weeks, I would say the Raiders today are the favorites. Now, if you put a gun to my head and ask me to pick who's going to win the West, I agree with those other guys. I'm going to go Chargers. But today, they're probably the favorites. Okay. They're playing the best ball, I guess, right now, is what I'm trying to say.
Don't sleep on Denver either, man. Jared Judy returning. I don't know. I like Teddy.
Yeah.
I like Teddy.
Broncos straight too.
I like Teddy as well.
What's up? How you
I'm gonna tell y'all what I've been telling you all the time. You feel me? I'm gonna tell you what I've been telling you all the time.
What you been telling us?
Counting Kansas City out. Kansas City's still gonna win that division. I'm telling y'all. The Raiders gonna face them twice. Raiders gonna lose both games. Kansas City gonna start racking it up, and we're gonna see at the end of the year. Listen, Raiders are 5-2. Chiefs are 4-4. Chargers are 4-3. They're not that far off. They could still win the division, and that's all you need in the NFL. You just need to win the division in order to make the playoffs automatically. So they're winning that division.
Have y'all seen the Chiefs next games?
I have seen it. and I have complete faith in Patrick Mahomes, the GOAT. I mean, the soon-to-be GOAT. The soon-to-be.
What?
Not yet.
The never to be GOAT. He
will
can never be the GOAT.
He will become the GOAT.
He can never be the GOAT.
Why not?
Maybe that's a conversation for another day, but he can never be the GOAT.
Why not?
Because one, he'd have to win, 8 Super Bowls? Because he lost to the GOAT. They actually had a head-to-head. That's like saying, could LeBron be the GOAT? Hold on. Could LeBron be the GOAT unless he won if he won 6 championships but lost in a head-to-head to Mike? And lost to a final.
I understand
could he
that
be,
point.
Could he be the GOAT?
I understand that point if two of Patrick Mahomes' starting linemen was out, man.
Oh man,
we have to consider that. Come on, we have to consider when you have 2 of your starters against an Ndamukong Suh. I don't even know who else is on that defensive line. I can't remember in my head. But when you got an offensive line without all their starters going up against that caliber of a front 7, it's like, what can you do?
Okay, for him to be the GOAT, he'd have to surpass Brady's records, which he's not going to play long enough to do that. He'd have to win more Super Bowls. He has to win more Super Bowls, which he's not going to do. And even if he ties him, because don't forget, Brady's still playing. Brady still can win a Super Bowl this year.
That's true.
And then when you look back, you're going to say, well, when did they play each other head to head? Yep. Who won? Brady.
When we look at Patrick Mahomes' start, we have an MVP and 2 Super Bowl appearances.
It's not how you start. It's how you see. You young guys always talk about how you start. It's how you finish. That's the old guy. It's how you finish.
And he has a complete amount of time.
He does have time.
My bad, Benman. You can say something. He has time. He has time to prove himself, and I think he could. Benman, what you think?
No, so I feel like in football, because it's such a team-driven game, it could be more than one GOAT. I'm not gonna say Patrick Mahomes is one yet, but it can be more than one because I think Aaron Rodgers is a GOAT too, just because of his skill set. If you put up a checklist versus what one can and can't do, I feel like Aaron Rodgers will check a lot of more check marks than Brady. Now, if you want to talk about being the more accomplished, I mean, you put Patrick Mahomes with Bill Belichick, Aaron Rodgers with Bill Belichick, Lamar Jackson with Bill Belichick for 20 years. And let's go back and see and then come back and then we'll be saying the same thing about all of them boys. Like, they got 7 rings, but you can't, 8 rings. But
you can't do that. The what ifs.
Yeah. So when you speak to Super Bowls though, so you got to look at it as a collective everything. You know what I'm saying? Like that speaks to a team in football versus basketball. You can get a LeBron or a KD and they can wield you all the way to a championship or whatever the case may be. But football, that takes a whole team effort from play calling to defense doing what they need to do, getting critical stops, offensive line, running backs running the ball, picking up consistent, helping keep that time of possession. There's a lot of things that speak to that. That's why I feel like it could be more than one GOAT, because if you compare skill sets, and I believe correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like that's what you're going based off of, the skill set. If you really look at it, Patrick Mahomes, he can throw the ball 80 yards. He could
run,
throw. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really look at it,
I think that's isn't that a different conversation though? Because I think skill set, who's the most skilled quarterback, is a different question. Because GOAT can, by definition, can only be one, the greatest of all time. Not the best of all time, not the greatest of all time, not the no. So skill, different question. Greatest incorporates the skill, the ability, the accomplishments, the records, the stats. And when you put all of those together, there can only be one, maybe at each position in football, but there can only be one. Skill, you're right. I think Aaron Rodgers is more skilled than Tom Brady. But Tom Brady's a better quarterback because he's done more. If that makes sense.
That has to be what we follow back on for future reference when we're talking about GOATs at a position. But we also can have Mount Rushmores at positions too, which
absolutely
kind of what Bama was saying. I think that's more what we should, shoot for.
I just feel like, why we don't talk about Bill Russell then? He got 11 rings. The first thing we go through as a GOAT is Michael Jordan. But if you look back on it by the standard of winning championships, we should only talk about Bill Russell. Hey, I want to be like Bill, not I want to be like Mike.
But that's my point. That's my point. You don't only look at that. You look at stats, accolades, accomplishments, skill, and championships.
I have a question for you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
in 2015, when LeBron lost to the Golden State Warriors to Kyrie Irving, without Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving, do you fault LeBron for losing that finals?
Do you mean when the Cleveland Cavaliers lost to the Golden State Warriors?
Yes, in 2015.
What do you mean? Do I hold it against him?
Like, do you hold that against him for losing that finals with 2 of his best players hurt?
No, I guess not necessarily.
So in my eyes, I'm asking you that because you're mentioning Patrick Mahomes losing to Tom Brady. I'm like, bro, he lost his whole right side. If you seen that game,
but hold on,
he was getting killed.
If the question was not the Warriors, if it was he played in a head-to-head matchup, his team versus Jordan's team, and because right now you're not talking about those other guys on the Warriors, and I said, well, the Bulls beat the Cavs. Sorry, you play who's in front of you, you play who you're with. So if they lost to Jordan, then there's no debate whether it's Jordan or LeBron, because the 2 guys had their teams, regardless of who they had with them, and one lost.
So what if
so that's why I said so for Patrick to surpass Brady, he'd have to, from a skill set, I think you guys are right. He has more skills. So he'd have to catch him in terms of statistics and winning and chips. To be considered the best, you have to have all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you a question. At the end of Patrick Mahomes' career, if he has less yards, less touchdowns, less Super Bowls, how's he the GOAT?
The only thing I'm worried about is Super Bowls, but I think he's gonna kill everything else.
Okay, fellas.
Okay, all right.
That's why I said the soon to be GOAT.
Soon, 15 years ain't that soon.
To rebuttal that, Patrick Mahomes may have another opportunity to get a rematch against Brady. Who knows if they could put it together? Maybe
Next
Brady
year,
comes back one more year. Maybe, who knows? And never know how this year may turn out. Doug believes that they will make it to the playoffs. So do I. So we'll see. But moving forward to our next topic of college football. We didn't get a chance to talk about it last week, so we have the last couple of weeks to kind of, harp on and, talk about the pros, the cons, the ups and the downs. So I'm going to just start with the playoff picture right now and the rankings as well. We have Georgia at number 1, Alabama at number 2, Michigan State at number 3, and Oregon at number 4. And then we got Ohio State at 5, Cincinnati at 6.
Ben,
How
Ben
you
going
feel?
on right
How
now.
you feel? How you feel, Ben? Talk to us.
Man, how about them Ducks, man? How about them Ducks? Nah, they doing their thing right now. I ain't gonna. They doing their thing right now. We're going for that championship, man. I think we're gonna go for that national championship.
You guys gonna fend off the Bulldogs?
Yeah, I think we can. I really think we can.
Okay.
Defense straight. I think we can.
All right. You know right where I'm going with this one. Bama.
Let me
I'll let y'all.
You want to talk to it? You want to talk to it?
No, I was just gonna say I don't think there's a team in this top 4 that I don't think is gonna lose another game. And I hate to say it because they win so much. And then I was gonna just say Bama could take it from here, because I think he could just. Now I want to represent, because I got a lot of people in Georgia, so I'll pick Georgia just because, for all those people that I know in Georgia and the Bulldogs, and I spent a lot of time with you guys down there, so I love you. So let's go Georgia. But if I'm being real, Bama, go ahead. This is your moment to shine, because I don't think they're losing another game.
Talk that talk, man. You know what I'm saying? Happy belated birthday to Nick Saban. I want OG to know that, man. Saban never looked so good on the coach, man. Can't nobody do it like our coach. But yeah, but analyzing it from a student of the game, man. Georgia, they're the clear-cut favorite, real stingy on defense. Them and Alabama is kind of comparable on defense, even though Alabama got that one loss. But Georgia's real stingy. They both about the same for us in the passing game, because it's a passing league now in college football. So that's basically what I go off of. Bama and Georgia the most stingy. That's my favorite right there. My dark horse is probably going to be Cincinnati. Can't penalize them for what league they're in. All I know, them boys play defense. They get stops, and they got a good quarterback and receiver tandem over there, dog. I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Cincinnati, even when they lost their last game. I like Oklahoma. Ohio State, they've always been there. I'm not buying Michigan State, even though they got a good win against my boy Jim Harbaugh, but I'm not buying them. Last time they was.
Can I pause you there for a second?
Yeah.
Can I pause you? So there's a lot of talk about Jim Harbaugh and how like his time should be done. What do you think?
No, because first off, everybody's looking, everybody want to be the next Alabama. Not going to happen. It's only one Nick Saban, just like it was only one Bear Bryant around that time. Jim Harbaugh has got that school back to respectable. They was a laughing stock. They've always been the butt of every joke in that conference since Braylon Edwards and them. That was what, like 07, 06. It was a while back, Rose Bowl days. Like that was so long ago, 15 years. So now they're respectable, shall I say. He needs like a couple quarterbacks, but you got to think about this. Who really wants to go to Michigan? So that's what it boils down in college. Like, it's not too many guys that really want to go to these schools. Even Najee even told you. Najee said, "Oh, I had a verbal to Michigan as soon as I first got out of school, and then my mama went out there. It was cold, and she was like, 'Yeah, you're not coming here.' You know what I mean? It's just stuff like that to where you can have these guys right in your hand, and you lose them just because." Either location is just not glamorous, you know what I'm saying? Nick Saban turned that whole program around. Now he makes people want to come here. Now we get tools from Hawaii. Now we get kids from California, Forrest Blake Barnett's and Bryce Young's, you know what I mean? They make it to where it's like, oh, even though it's in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, I want to come here. Same thing with those schools because it's winning. They got a tradition of winning. And it's gonna be a minute, but I think it's no other coach you can get that's going to get y'all to where he's at right now. You know what I mean?
Because does he win the big game? Can he win the rivalry game? Can he get over the hump? Or are they just good? Is it just good enough to be good and respectable?
It just really depends on where your program was. You see what I'm saying? Like, so Alabama, believe it or not, they was on a 17-year drought, but Alabama always had a tradition of winning championships. So they've just basically got back to who they want to work. A lot of them programs were always just good programs. They weren't really like powerhouses. Like Bama has just really been a consistent powerhouse. Just like your USCs, they'll have their moments. You have Miami, they'll have their moments. Some schools just have their moments. Might be that one or two, where they win, just like your Clemson's, and then they fade away. It just happens like that. But I feel like where Jim Harbaugh has them boys, they'll never have a season where they just lose 4, 5, 6 games. You see what I'm saying? I always tell people, it can't just be championship or bust. These are 17 to 22-year-old kids. Losing 2 games, that's good. That is real good to only lose 2 games. That's something you can build off of. Maybe I can get one kid over here, or I can get this one recruit, 1 or 2 recruits away. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like that's where Jim Harbaugh has got that program to where they maybe one or 2 recruits away. But how can you go against, if you're a kid, how do you go choose Michigan over Alabama, where they won every recruiting class has won a national championship that came through Alabama? How do you go against that? You know what I mean? So
Bama, you would go to Michigan.
Not if I had Bama. So if you
would go to Michigan, you would go to Michigan over Alabama.
Nah.
Yes, you would. Yeah, you would.
Only way I'll do that, it'll have to be like a dramatic situation, like I don't know. It'll have to be something ridiculous, but I'll go to Alabama for free.
And you'd have a scholarship to Michigan and walk on to Alabama?
Walk on to Alabama. They'll be sick. Like, I might go try this route over here, but yeah.
Okay. So I got a couple questions. Dub, I'm gonna start with you. I want to know how you feel about Oklahoma dropping after winning. No. And also Cincinnati dropping as well after winning too. Do you think that was deserving?
No, I'm not answering.
Why not?
I don't do college, bro.
Okay.
Don't do college.
I only look at players. I only look at players that see their production and then see like how they see which players would do the best in the league. But I don't do the college, bro.
Certainly. Anybody else want to take that?
I got you, man. So with the Oklahoma, the reason why they dropping, they giving up about 20 yards to play for is passing, and they only gaining somewhere around 16. So you giving up more than you gaining. So it's like they pulling these games out they behind. You know what I mean? It's just like if you on the outside looking in, it's like, do you really think a team can just pull one out they behind all the way for the next 4 weeks, championship, all the way to the playoffs? And it's like, I understand them right there. You got to address everything. So these 4 teams that's up in there, it might not be the best record. It's the most complete teams on paper. If I look at Alabama on defense, Georgia on defense, Oregon on defense, Michigan State on defense, they look solid, all of them. You might can say one is better than the other one, but all of them look competent in those areas. If you look at them passing game, they all competent in those areas. One might be better somewhere there, but they all competent in those areas. You look at Oklahoma, I mean, the guy you benched still got better stats than the guy that's killing and slaying right now for us with Williams and Spencer Rattler. So it's like,
So what Bama's saying is that the whole NCAA archaic system is broken because it doesn't matter wins and losses because you got divisions and quality of schools and quality of records, and it's broken. And that's the problem with college football because let's be honest, you said it yourself. Cincinnati's 8-0. And well, they're getting punished because of the division they're in, because of the competition they're playing. Yeah. They need to create listen, you need to really blow up. Let's be honest, the NCAA is historic. It was built however many hundreds of years ago, and they're not doing things the right way. It almost needs to be, if I could use a European like Premier Soccer, you need to be good enough to be in like the Premier League, and those teams can have an East, West, North, South division, and then you have like your championships league or whatever way around it is, right? And then you can move up and down. And those are the teams, right? So those 20 teams or 50 teams, whatever, are in that higher echelon of teams, and they all have to play each other. So then you can find out who's really the champ. Because in this situation, you're right. You have an Alabama who's 7-1 and a Cincinnati who's 8-0. But let's be honest, Alabama's a significantly better team than Cincinnati, right? But you'll never really know because they're playing different teams. And there's other scenarios like that. So it's broken and it's tough because, to Bama's point, they're trying to base it on paper and their strength of schedule and these things that just like, could you imagine like that's how every league based their top teams based on like a voting poll on paper? You would have people be, and this is better because now there's 4. It used to be just the top 2. It's broken.
It's pretty accurate. If you would have watched that whole game versus Tulane and it was a dog fight to the end, because it boils down to, so with football, you know how you can get the upsets where you can get those smaller schools beat those bigger teams in basketball, but with football, that fatigue sets in the second half. So if you got emotion, that momentum still got to propel you through that fatigue in the second half. So with teams like this, when Tulane plays Cincinnati's, it's like they fatigue out, and it's like, oh, it was a slugger fest. Now these boys are tired. Now to speak to with the college, with the mix up, how you would mix it, it won't happen because I don't know if y'all boys remember way back, but Nick Saban, like in 2011, when Alabama first started their dominance, everybody was talking about, oh, why y'all didn't play Boise, or why y'all won't play these guys? Nick Saban got pissed. Well, the other teams got to want to play Alabama. Nick Saban loves to schedule these top tier opponents fresh out the gate all through the season. But what you guys got to think about, a lot of teams want to wait to play Alabama in a playoff or a championship game because of course, like, why risk losing out on the national championship, right? Trying to stroke my ego and be like, oh, we gonna play Alabama. Look what happened to Miami. The quarterback, Derrick King, was a Heisman favorite. Now this dude that fell off the face of the planet from playing Alabama. These are the things that happen. You could go back to Florida State. DeAndre Francois was up for the Heisman, played against Alabama, tore his PCL. He fell off the face of the earth, had to transfer. So these are the things coaches see this stuff, and it's like, of course.
That's why you force them to. That's why you have to force them to do it. That's why you have to force them to do it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Honestly, I think that should, a more simpler route that they can take is just maybe expand the playoffs. Maybe at least 8 teams. I don't think that's too bad.
Before we move on from college football, if I may, I want to shout out to TSU, Tennessee State University, my boy Hugh Jackson, Eddie George, 4-game win streak. Go Tigers, go Blue. That's my squad, so I just want to shout them out because we don't talk enough about HBCUs on here. So I want to
Jackson State cracked the top 10 in the FCS as well. They ranked number 9 right now, so that's pretty big as well. So shouts out to them, and they had another record attendance again, 50,000 plus again. So shouts out. It ain't no fluke over there. They brewing something down there in Mississippi.
Hashtag go Blue.
Go Blue next year. Go Tigers. Next year we should have an HBCU segment. I think next year.
Love to see it. Love to talk about it. Big up HBCUs all day, every day. And
Damn.
so to move on to our next topic, today was a big day in the NFL. Ben, why is that?
Man,
This is only topic 2.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna get too deep in the doc, but hey,
Our host needs to take control. Move us along.
We're here for a good time, not a long time. Okay, we're just gonna enjoy these topics while we got them. Ben, why is today a big day in the
man,
NFL?
the NFL trade deadline, man. There'll been a lot of stuff going on. First off, with can we start with Von Miller? Can we start with Von Miller?
I mean,
Go ahead, Ben.
I think it's only right that we start with, with the big fish, with the elephant in the room.
Oh boy. When I think of that Von Miller to the Rams, I think of Russ. I think of Russ because Russ is in trouble. I think Russ is gonna be in trouble. I hope not, but I really think he'll be. You got Aaron Donald, Von Miller. Whew. The defense was already good enough, but you add Von Miller, man, it's gonna be scary. That's scary, man.
I think the Rams are seriously they're not playing, bro. They're winning now. They got they made big moves with Matthew Stafford. They got Jalen Ramsey last year. They're pairing Aaron Donald up with Von Miller. People don't understand how crazy that is. That pass rush is ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Aaron Donald coming at you, and then you got Von Miller coming through the other side, bro. Come on, man. That's
then you already got Jalen Ramsey as corner. You got the best corner in the game.
It ain't 2015 Von Miller. I mean,
I get
it's
that.
a good pickup, but I mean, it ain't just oh my god. Like if it was 2015, I would feel it. But
but it's the same thing with JJ Watt. You seen JJ Watt wasn't there last game, and what happened? They lost. The pass rush wasn't there.
They only lost by 3 off turning the ball over though.
Damn, wait.
That.
So are you saying that this is not scary?
I mean, not really, brother. I mean, the Rams was just as good. They made it all the way with Jared Goff not too long. I mean, they're a competent team, but it's just not finna be like, oh, this is just finna be what's gonna get them there.
This doesn't tip the scales.
This don't tip the scale. The favorite's still gonna be up out the NFC. It's still gonna be Green Bay and the Bucs.
I can't wait for them.
And I even say Dallas. Even Dallas.
Get Dallas out of here, man. Stop talking about Dallas.
So let's also not forget there's another guy on that defense, Leonard Floyd too.
Yes.
That's a bad.
Tyrell Williams from Bama. He's nice. I know. I didn't even lose.
They've got a defense, but let's even with Jalen Ramsey though. What's been the issue with the Rams defense all season?
There's been an issue.
It's been the secondary. Take a look. It's been the secondary. So how does that addition of Von Miller help their secondary? Not Jalen Ramsey, obviously, he's doing his thing. But look statistically, what's been the issue with the Rams? It's been their secondary. That's been where they've been susceptible to getting beat. So does Von Miller help put enough pressure? Does that front seven now become significantly better that it covers up what's going on in the secondary? I don't know the answer to that. Right? Is it the same Von Miller? Can he stay healthy? That's been the issue with Von Miller, right? Of recent. I think it makes it better. That's why I have them ranked number 1 right now. But I want to see that. I want to see how that, does that affect the secondary? Meaning, do they put enough pressure? If quarterbacks have to rush, your secondary becomes significantly better when a quarterback has to rush and rush passes or is throwing under duress. So maybe that does help. So that's why I'm betting on it that it does. But I still want to see it happen though.
And I think it was a good move because you already know Aaron Donald's gonna get a triple team and stuff. 2 or 3 people go get beyond him. You gonna have Von Miller 1-on-1. Von Miller gonna be 1-on-1. Aaron Donald gonna be double team or triple team. So I think it was a very nice pickup for him. But I don't think they're gonna be a Super Bowl.
Listen, they did this for the simple fact that when you look at the Packers, when you look at the Bucks, heck, if they make it to the Super Bowl, when you look at the Chiefs, the way to beat all 3 of those teams is to pressure the quarterback, right? Every time Brady loses, it's when he's getting hit and getting sacked. And that's why they did this. I think they're playing to those guys. Is it enough? I don't know. We'll see. But that's why they did it.
And also another thing too, rarely when you pick up players in the middle of the season, they help propel you to a Super Bowl. Normally, from what I attention to detail, when they pick them up in the off season, they end up winning the Super Bowl with them key acquisitions. It's not necessarily halfway through the season them guys help them get to the Super Bowl, because it's pretty much that pretty much is your mystique. Like you said, their secondary is bad, but they address their pass rush. So that means you're going to put more pressure on the pass rush. I mean, hey, bro, you need to get here faster. So to disguise that, and that's kind of like it's so much stuff you can do to neutralize the pass rush. Like I say, when you get to your Brady's, your Rodgers, them boys know how to make checks. They know how to, hey, we going to do this. We going to motion a tight end over here. So much stuff they can do to neutralize that. Then it all goes back to the problem, which is the secondary. That's what I'm saying. It's just smoke and mirrors right now. NFC still is going through Bucks and the Pack.
I love Dub just shaking his head.
I'm just saying here. No, wait. I'm just confused after this secondary argument, because don't get me wrong, that is the weakest part of their team as a whole, their secondary, besides Jalen Ramsey. But I don't really think that's much of a problem, because if we look at the games they played, there's only two teams that really like torched them, which is the Bucks and the Arizona Cardinals. And I mean, those guys have a great wide receiver core. So it's like, I'm not mad at them for being torched by that caliber of a team.
But that's who they're playing in the playoffs, though.
Yeah, that's a fact. But
So
the Rams beat the Bucks. The Rams did beat the Bucks. And then the Cardinals and Rams is like a divisional game. So it's like that one's just a toss up in my mind. Like that could go either way on any given day.
They still go split. They go split the series, I think.
They could split the series, yeah. So it's like, I mean, I understand that the secondary is the weakest part, but it's like, I don't think they're not terrible. They're not like top 5 worst in the league, in my opinion.
Okay. So staying on this topic, other than poor Russell Wilson, my poor quarterback,
Man.
other than him, is there any other quarterback that needs to be concerned about what the Rams got going on right now? Or
every quarterback needs to be concerned.
Well, I'm saying,
especially Aaron Rodgers.
Is it a concern where it's like, okay, now our Super Bowl chances have now taken a significant hit?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers?
Yes, he needs to be
smiling, saying that. You can't even say that with
he needs to worry
I don't know why you're saying Aaron Rodgers. He's just going to get to the NFC Championship game and lose.
That's
what he does. What he does.
Them Packers win.
That's what he does.
When he faces good.
It's so much things I feel about the NFL, especially being $1 billion industry. So I'll just leave it at that. But
when he faces great pass rushers,
if you look at it on paper, the Packers play a brand of football that could win championships, a lot of championships. Like if you really look at it, so they got a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, gifted passer, but they're a run first team. So that shows they're still adopting the original principles of football. That's a championship formula that's never been broken. I'm a firm believer, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So that's what the Packers do. They rely on the run, and then they use that to set up play action. So happens they have a guy like Aaron Rodgers using him as a game manager, and he also can take over a game. So that's both angles. That's what's scary to me. Aaron Rodgers can be a game manager, or out of nowhere, he can morph into
I have a question.
They had that last year too. And what happened? Aaron Rodgers does what Aaron Rodgers does.
I have a question for you guys. This has been on my mind steadily, and this is not on the doc. What is your thoughts on Deebo Samuel? Because when I see Deebo Samuel, I see him always getting set up by the play action. I mean, all the time. But he's putting up crazy numbers this year. What's your thoughts on Deebo Samuel?
Deebo Samuel's a beast at South Carolina. 6'1", 230. That was an animal. And he moved like a running back. Oh yeah.
Deebo's a beast, but
yeah,
I think we didn't maybe see it as much because they were getting the ball when Kittle was healthy. The ball was going to Kittle, and they were running the ball. Like if you're saying last year, this year, yeah, you're seeing with Kittle out and their running game is in flux. You're seeing what Deebo can do. Yeah, he's a beast. It's just unfortunate he doesn't have a quarterback.
But Ben.
No, I think he one of the most underrated receivers in football, man. Deebo Samuel, nice, man. Very nice.
Okay. So moving forward, with free agency, is it anything else you guys want to touch on with, moves or moves that didn't get made and maybe should have got made?
Well, let's two that should have got made. If I may, Ben, I know you got some, but I'll give you my two wide receivers.
Is it one we've heard? Is it one we've heard?
One you've heard, right?
Yes,
Obviously,
yes,
Odell
yes.
Beckham. There was free Odell Beckham.
Free him for sure.
And honestly, Allen Robinson. I feel bad for Allen Robinson. He's never clicked for whatever reason with Justin Fields. He's done everything the Bears have asked him to do, and he's done it as a professional. And it would have been nice if they would have found a contending team that they could have moved him to, because it would have been nice to see him in the playoffs with a quarterback having a shot. I feel bad for Allen Robinson because I don't think I don't think they're a franchise him again next year. So I don't think he's there next year anyways. So it would have been, I would have felt nice if he got moved.
Okay.
So throw him. Baltimore could use a wide receiver.
Ooh.
That would have been, and it's out of the NFC.
That's disrespectful to Hollywood and Bateman. Bateman's hurt right now, but
like I said, they need a wide receiver. And there's some other teams too, but move them to the AFC because you don't want, obviously Green Bay needs a wide receiver alongside Devontae Adams, but you're not going to move him to Green Bay. So you want to move him to the AFC somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, go ahead.
I think Ben has some.
Ben.
He's got a list.
I got two of them. For one, we needed at the Seahawks. I wanted them to get Kyle Fuller or Xavier Howard because we need a cornerback, man. We need a corner. I really wanted them so bad. Kyle Fuller and Xavier Howard, they had to go. They had to get out where they at. And also OBJ, I wanted him gone as well. But there was something they said the Saints and the Browns discussed the potential OBJ trade, but couldn't come to an agreement. They couldn't. So he was gonna go to the Saints, but
he was gonna go back home, huh?
Yeah, we never really do see. We don't really see a lot of NFL trades at the deadline, though. Like Xavier Howard and Kyle Fuller, those are good too. Those are two guys I thought at least one of them would have got moved. So I'm surprised they're both there too.
Dub Zero, what's up? How you feeling? How you anything you want to speak on? Trade deadline?
God bless.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Emma, anything else you want to touch on?
Man, I'm happy for Adrian Peterson. I'm ready to see what the GOAT gonna do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
That's tough. That's tough.
And we're actually gonna get to that in a second. Well, on to our next topic. We've talked about Aaron Rodgers. We were talking about him a lot. And we've talked about the Cardinals as well. Well, they actually just played, and the Packers got the best of them. Now, how do we feel about this NFC title race and these two teams in there based on this last week?
For me, I called it. I called it doing I called it.
That's
I
facts.
called it, man. I called it. Aaron Rodgers just a bad man. He just a bad man. No, he ain't have none of his weapons. No Adams, no Lazard, no. He had Randall Cobb. That's really it. Then the defense, Jair was out. Jadarius Smith was out. Man, the Packers on the road, and they going to the Super Bowl this year. I got them going to the Super Bowl. The Packers going to the Super Bowl.
Fluid, are they making it past the NFC Championship?
No.
Why would you jump off that cliff?
Listen, teams tell you and players tell you who they are. And if they tell you over and over and over and over again, why would you doubt them? Why would you doubt them? And listen, I'm with you. I called it, but let's be honest. It wasn't Aaron Rodgers that got them that win. It was Aaron Jones. It was Dylan. Dylan ran for 86 yards. Aaron Jones, I think, rushed for 60 and received for 60. And let's be honest. And who's the MVP? I don't know if you watch Sports Fluent, but you know who the MVP of that game was? AJ Green. That's right. You got it. AJ Green was MVP of that game. AJ Green was MVP of that game.
Let me tell y'all something. They was definitely about to lose, bro. They was definitely about to lose.
AJ Green's the MVP of that game.
AJ Green messed that whole play up. He blew up the whole comeback because they was definitely going to take that out. So let's keep that in mind.
How are you a veteran wide receiver who's supposed to know, and you thought it was a run play? Come on. Come on.
Bama, what you think? I know you love the GOAT. I mean, not the GOAT.
I just think y'all just be watching fantasy football. That's just what it gotta be. I just think y'all don't watch the game because my daddy, rest in peace his soul, he always say this: you do not get the full context of the game watching highlights. So
Facts.
QBR, since it came out, that's been one stat. I'm not really crazy on stats, but that's been one stat that's pretty much accurate. And what if people don't know what QBR is, it's basically how a QB plays, from how many times they run the ball. When he runs certain plays, does he go to the right man? Is he moving the chains at this effective? Aaron Rodgers botched, I think, like a 78 or a 77 QBR. Perfect QBR is like 80, somewhere around. I think it's like 80, I believe. So if Aaron Rodgers has almost a perfect QBR, how can you say they didn't win that game because of him? Like that makes no sense. Also, I'll point out to another fact. When Aaron Rodgers chose to play trash at the beginning of the season, they lost 31-3 to the Saints. With Aaron Jones, Devontae Smith, all of them boys you just named, they couldn't conjure up a win without Aaron Rodgers. So they play arguably the best team in the NFL right now, the Arizona Cardinals, and they win
with no pass rush.
Okay. So you really think JJ Watt is that much of a difference when Chandler Jones is the primary dude that's really getting the pressure?
Because it's easy to game plan for one person than two. And when JJ Watt is there, you need a game plan for two.
But where them boys play, they play rush in. It's hard to double team that because they're on the outside. So now you got to expend tight ends and stuff, which was his primary receivers for that game. So the fact that he didn't have if he would have had Devontae Adams and they was using their tight ends to neutralize Chandler Jones majority of the game, I will feel that. But they had to also scheme the tight ends into the game because he really had no receivers. It was a clinic by Aaron Rodgers.
I'm a firm believer. It wasn't a clinic. He didn't even throw for 200 yards. He did his part into putting his team in positions to win. But like Fluent said, they ran that ball down their throats. And the run game opens up the pass game. That's a fact. And that's what happened. Aaron Rodgers did his part and he played perfectly. I'm not saying he didn't play bad. He played perfectly, but that he wasn't the main reason why they won.
They didn't even combine for 150 yards rushing though.
I mean, Aaron Jones had 100 yards by himself receiving and rushing.
AJ Dillon had 78. 5 yards per carry. Jones had 59, and he added 50 yards receiving. So you think they win without that running game and slowing down that Cardinals offense? I already
told you they're a run first team. Like
you're right. They are a run first team.
That's what they are.
You're right.
But in order to win games like that, you have to move the chains in critical situations. And Aaron Rodgers delivered over and over and over and over again, regardless of what situation they was in. Of course, you can't pass the ball for 300 yards because he's working with tight ends. Like he just didn't have a personnel that will allow him to do that. So where I was in awe at, hey man, he's out here. He doesn't have his top two targets, Lazard and Devontae Adams. So can he still come out here and win a game or steal a game from a arguably the best team they're playing right now, might be the best team in the NFL. And they did.
And how do they do that? By running the ball, keeping the ball, and that's what they did.
And Aaron Rodgers playing
mistake-free football. Absolutely.
Question to you about who won the game for the Cowboys? Was it the quarterback or was it Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb?
Well, with the Cowboys, that's different because he threw up some garbage. Aaron Rodgers rarely throws up stuff like that.
At the end of the day, you got to give that QB his flowers because at the end of the day, he showed up to play. So you got to Green Bay. You have to give Green Bay their flowers. You need to give AJ Dillon, Aaron Jones their flowers because they were the main reason.
Cooper though, but that would be on Cooper because we always bring up this argument. It's different being a receiver and Cooper rushes your quarterback versus Aaron Rodgers. You're going to have to make plays what Amari Cooper had to make if Cooper rushes your quarterback, where you got to jump over a guy and catch it. Versus if you have Aaron Rodgers, the ball is going to be right here damn near every time. Every time you run a route, the ball right here. Boom, boom, boom. That is amazing. You can even speak back to that game. He had an all-out blitz coming, and they called a screen to Aaron Jones. I don't know if y'all remember this. They called a screen to Aaron Jones. A lot of people, to the untrained eye, you'll just think, oh, that's just a regular dump pass. No, that's a fumble with a lot of these quarterbacks out here. Sack, fumble, they lose. Aaron Rodgers tilts to the side and he flicks the ball in a small window with two guys converging on him. A lot of people just think like, oh, that's just a little simple screen pass. In my head, I'm like, oh, dude, that's a wizard right there. Like, no, not too many quarterbacks, but Aaron Rodgers probably makes that. You see what I'm saying? So
when Aaron Rodgers does things like that, you know, he's a great quarterback. When Drew Brees is passing to Alvin Kamara, he has a noodle arm. Come on, man.
No, that's primary. No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that because right now, and when Aaron Rodgers, if Aaron Rodgers would have had Mike Thomas or whatever, Mike Thomas would still be the leading receiver on that team. It wouldn't be Alvin Kamara. And Aaron Jones can catch, as he just showed you. So, but still, Aaron Jones is not the leading receiver on the team because Aaron Rodgers is not noodle arm. Because if Devontae Adams breaks open downfield, the wizard is going to get it to him. You see what I'm saying? His arm, he's 37. His arm
was the leading receiver in that game, but yes, I know what you mean. Normally, he's not when Devontae is healthy. Yes.
And one thing I gotta say, with ain't that common sense though to run the ball if you don't have Adams, none of your receivers? Ain't that common sense?
100%. 100%.
But it's still who they are. Even that's what I'm saying. It's still who they are because they're a run first team. But you lose the real play action deep threat because you don't have Lazard or Adams. So it's a whole phase of their game they're losing. So now the defense can keep everything in front of them. That's very, for him to get close to 200. That's impressive because the defense is not worried about nobody going over top, beating them deep. So we're going to keep everything in front of them. And like you said, another big credit to the running backs because to be able to run the ball when the defense creeping up as close as they is, that's actually good as well. But also to be able to still pass the ball in that situation with tight ends.
All right, well, let me ask you this. We'll end it on this because I know we got to move on.
Yeah.
If Aaron Jones and Dylan don't have a good rushing game, do they win?
You don't know. All I know, Aaron Rodgers.
I think you do. I think you do know. I think you do know. I think you do know.
So you know we'll go into the next topic. Ron, I'm gonna have to skip over a lot of these topics. That's cool with you.
Go ahead. You don't want to talk about the next one?
Do you guys want to? Because
the next
it's like,
one is huge.
I mean, it's okay. We can talk about Derrick Henry. I think we can make that quick because things happen.
It's quick.
So, what you guys feel about the injury to Derrick Henry, and how does this affect the Tennessee Titans?
It's a big loss because that's basically your best running back, and like that's your game and stuff. So, what?
I think it's sad. And he got so emotional that he had to cut out there for a minute. And I understand why, because the Tennessee Titans are done. At least their Super Bowl hopes. Like, will they win some games? Will they still make the playoffs? Yeah, maybe. But their Super Bowl chances are done. Derrick Henry, who was having what might have been the greatest season ever, that's done. And not only that,
Yo, Dub, are you okay, bro?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just can't get over it. I can't. All I heard was, what in the world? And he just did. My bad. But that was too funny to me. I've been trying to keep it in.
I was trying to be straight and emotional and
Fluid, picked it. And then what really started having me laughing even more, the way that Fluid just automatically all right, let me pick this up. It was amazing. I'm just like, yo, there's no way that went so smoothly.
Improv, baby. You got to do improv. You learn some stuff.
Amazing stuff. I'm so sorry for interrupting.
No worry, Ben. I'll finish my thought and then we'll go back to Ben. So obviously the Titans are done. Derrick Henry's historical year is done. And let's be honest, halfway through the season, people were already starting to talking about, wow, if he keeps this up, if he does this for a few more years, we're talking about Derrick Henry in that conversation of greatest running back of all time. That hurt. So not only did it hurt the team and his season, it hurts his legacy of his career. Dub, man, I can't do this. You turn your camera off.
Yeah, Dub, turn your camera off for the shot.
I heard you. I heard you stumble in your voice when I started laughing.
I'm trying to be a serious sportscaster.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm one of them guys, bro. It's like when something's funny to me, bro, I have to laugh about it for 5 minutes. I have to.
Yo, Ben,
I'm
that
never
was
gonna
kind
get
of
on
wild out of you.
ESPN with this.
That was really wild out of you.
I'm gonna make it short and sweet, y'all. I'll make it short.
All I heard was what in the world? Gone.
But yeah, Derrick Henry, yeah, I said it was a big loss because that's their type of game, running the ball. But I still think they're gonna make the playoffs. I still think they can.
Oh, God. You see what you started, bro?
I'm sorry. I was actually composed now. I really got
because
myself
I'm actually
composed.
terrible at that too, bro. If you're ever around me and it's something funny going on, just don't look at me. Because if you look at me, the cover's blown. I can't hold my laugh. It's
That's a
wrap.
fact. That's a fact. I'm so sorry, man.
You
Yeah.
good. You good.
Yeah, I'm gonna just joke about it out loud. Boy, you got abducted by aliens. Boy, it had to come. just let me finish your podcast. I promise I'll come back.
I thought it was over for you, Ben.
Oh boy.
Nah.
Yo. It's really that one in the world for me,
Okay.
man.
So how do we feel about Adrian Peterson?
I like AP there. I feel like it's gonna get them to the playoffs or whatever. With Derrick Henry, man, I'm glad. I feel like for me looking at it on the outside looking in, it's a blessing in disguise for that dude, man, because he was on pace for almost 430 carries, dude. That's Ricky Williams numbers,
That's
dog.
crazy.
And that's kind of to me, that's kind of wrong. You overusing them. You know what I mean? You got Brown on the outside and you got Julio. You gotta, you know what I'm saying, stop milking that boy Henry like that. He is phenomenal. For as with him being the GOAT, it's hard to go against Jim Brown just because of the numbers he
No, I didn't say GOAT. I mean in that Mount Rushmore.
No, he will
yeah.
be. I feel like once he broke that 2,000, myself personally, just playing running back and knowing how fine that list is. Once he broke that 2,000, that put him up there with them boys because you're talking about your O.J. Simpsons, Eric Dickerson's, Adrian Peter. That's a pretty fine Chris Johnson. So
short list.
Let him rest up. Hopefully he comes back stronger. He's a workout warrior, so he should be good. But I like Adrian Peterson. Quick little pickup.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna see, right? We're gonna see is Ryan Tannehill a quarterback because in Miami we didn't think so. He came to Tennessee and we're like, oh, maybe, but he always had Derrick Henry.
Fluid.
So now you're gonna see.
This is their plane right here. This is the ground right here. Okay,
take Tennessee
over.
Ship Tennessee on a rocket and send it to Has-Been Island because that's what they're gonna be.
Hey, they weren't in my top 10 for a
left.
reason, right? They weren't in my top 10 for a reason.
I really do hope all is well with Derrick Henry. I'm worried, when a running back with that large workload starts getting hurt, it starts to become a frequent thing. So I hope this isn't a reoccurring thing. I hope he could bounce back and still give us 2 or 3 more good years of him being Derrick Henry because it would just be sad to see his career get derailed because of it, honestly. For that, we're just gonna skip to the last 2 topics because I think we definitely have to talk about the last 2. You guys all down?
Let's do it.
So topic 9, start bench cut. In terms of dominance to the sport. Now we talked about this on Player's Choice for our basketball podcast. They asked me to bring it up to you guys to get your thoughts on this because they're not really too familiar with football as well. We got Tiger Woods, Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali. Now this is purely dominance to the sport, not impact. Who dominated the sport?
Did you get them all? Better? Did you get them all? I think you missed one.
Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Tom Brady.
I think I know where you're going with this.
No. I thought there was 5. So I'll just go first since I'm already talking.
We brought up Serena Williams later.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I think dominance in their sport. You gotta go Tiger Woods 1 or start, I guess, Tiger Woods because the individual sports should take precedent over team sports in dominance. It's difficult for one player to truly dominate a team sport. Easier in basketball than in football. Mm-hmm. So I go Tiger Woods 1 start. I'll bench based on that same logic. I'll bench Muhammad Ali. So then I guess I'm cutting Brady and Jordan.
Bench 2 people though.
Nah, bench 2 people. You can bench 2.
I can bench 2.
Yeah,
So now I'm Brady or Jordan.
Brady
Yeah.
or Jordan. It's tough.
Damn.
And it's kind of hard to hear like you gotta cut MJ.
I'll say this. I'll only bench Jordan for this one simple and cut Brady only for this one simple fact. And I've said this before. In basketball, if you're 1 of 5, that's 20%. In football, you're 1 of 22. So, but like, I'm not mad at you if you're cutting Jordan. I'm not. I get it.
Bam.
I'm gonna go that boy, the greatest Muhab. You know what I'm saying? Ali fours with my start. You know what I mean? And also, what I also like to factor into that, he used to fight very close back to back. So like he'll have one match and then like a few weeks later he'll fight somebody else again.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty impressive. Now that you look at these guys taking a year, 2 years to have a schedule the next fight, I factor that in there. He was a heavyweight and he had speed somewhat close to, you know,
Ahead of his time.
a lot of good footwork.
Absolutely.
Also, to still do that with everything he was battling out the ring, I still got to factor that in there because
see, you took that away. That's why I flipped him. If you add it outside the ring, I'm with you. If you outside, if you add, yeah.
Because I feel like what goes on outside the ring kind of plays in on your mental. Because sports is more mental than cerebral than most people think. That physical is a very small part. You know what I mean? It's more cerebral than what people think. So I feel like if you're going through some of that stuff where he was going through out the ring to still come in and dominate how he did, that's pretty impressive to me. The bench him, I was kind of it's tough, but I'll probably have to go MJ for us with the bench. The reason why, on top of him winning those championships, he arguably, well, not even arguably, he was the best player in the NBA at that. You know what I mean? Like, so because that's why I will have to cut
carry
Brady
the league. Carry the league.
Exactly, because Brady wasn't necessarily the best player in the league at those times he won those Super Bowls. Now he's the most accomplished. Now, if you look at his whole body of work, it's a different Brady. But think about it: 2004, 2002, that dude wasn't the best player in the NFL. Jordan, every time he won, he was the best player. After that, I give Tiger Woods just because the reason I got to give him the benefit of the doubt, he played a sport wasn't really popular amongst Black people.
African Americans.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's for him to become a trailblazer.
That's why I try to change the question, because we all agreed that we was cutting Tom Brady when we're talking about including everything as an impact, what they represented to the sport, dominance of the sport. We were all cutting Brady. So it was like I was trying to see if we could get a different answer, but I'm guessing it might be the same thing here. I guess everybody gonna cut Brady.
If you add the off the field, off the court, out of the ring stuff, right? Like I was one of the few maybe fortunate. I met Muhammad Ali, and that was like the greatest minute of my life. And let me tell you, the man just like
hashtag we are not the same.
Has that aura about him, right? What's that?
Hashtag it's a thing. We're players' choice, man. So we got to keep that hashtag we are not the same, man.
Oh, we are not the same. I forgot about that. I'll remember to use it. But like the story, like to Bama, what he was saying, just think his whole professional career started when he won an Olympic gold medal, went back home, right, to his small town thinking, hey, all the race stuff is going to be over because I'm an Olympic hero. And they still didn't let him eat in a restaurant because he was Black. Just think about that. That's how he started his professional career. So to Bama's point, to deal with that and still be that good, to fight that often and still be that good, like in today's era, we can't handle some mean troll saying shit about us on Twitter and we get all emotional and we need to take a day off. He was dealing with it in real life. He couldn't go to a restaurant and eat in his hometown, and then he'd have to go out and fight. Like, we don't deal with that shit. Pardon, excuse me. That's our two. I'm not allowed to cuss again. We don't deal with that stuff. You know, we deal with it online. We don't see it face to face like that, like he did.
Ben, what's your thoughts?
All right. So there's two cuts, right? There's two cuts.
Two bench, one cut.
Oh, two bench. Okay. By the way, shout out to OG. What he always say, this is good stuff right here. This is good stuff. This is good stuff right here. But for start, I'm gonna start Muhammad Ali. It's just what he's been going throughout time with that time and stuff like that. He was a great boxer. For my two benches, I'm a bench Tiger Woods and my Michael Jordan, and I'm a cut Tom Brady.
Damn.
And let me say this.
It's tough though.
It possibly could have been me cutting Michael Jordan if Tom Brady didn't get them first 6 rings with Bill Belichick. I know you could kind of say the same thing about Phil Jackson, but I feel like basketball, that star player can kind of take over, whereas football, you still got to scheme to get these guys the ball. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's why that's why it's just a definite. I know you can factor in the out the court, all that stuff, but solely like really looking at it, he got 6 of those rings with arguably one of the greatest NFL coaches outside of Vince Lombardi, in the NFL. You know what I mean? So
there's a lot of guys in the chat talk about cutting Brady is crazy, but you know who went through the least adversity in their life while playing? Yeah. Tom Brady. Like, think about Muhammad Ali, we talked about already. Tiger Woods, I think we all know what he had to deal with. Breaking into a sport, plus his dad being insane. Jordan, the loss of his father. Tom Brady's a lucky dude. Tom Brady has one of the greatest coach, maybe the greatest coach in NFL history, maybe, right? He's got a supermodel wife who makes more money than him, right? His mom and dad are still alive. They're still good. They're still together. They all love each other. My man has a perfect life. That, like, when you draw it up, that's how you draw it up, right?
And
that's
also,
how you draw it up.
And also, to go off of your point, also, if we just look at the impact to the sport in general, it's like all them guys, Muhammad Ali, MJ, even Woods, they all impacted the sport in some way, shape, or form. Michael Jordan, his impact on basketball, making it global. Everybody wanted to be like MJ. Muhammad Ali, what he represented for like civil rights movements and civil rights activists, the things that he battled in his time. And then Tiger Woods, him dominating sport that wasn't made for African Americans. That he was the first guy to do it, opening up doors for a lot of other people to come after him. Tom Brady, when we're looking at football and how he impacted football, let's keep it real. Tom Brady's just a really good football player, but there's nothing that he represented. There's no rule changes that happened because of him. There's nothing that he did to impact the league.
What was the one?
And we got a bunch. We got a bunch of
the one before that. But you know what?
Spygate.
I've been thinking on this a lot, and it's kind of unanimous. Like, okay, Ali. I will probably start Tiger Woods, but Ali, Tiger Woods, that's right there,
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously you bench the other. But the more and more I think on it, the more and more I think I'm gonna cut Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hear me out. Obviously, Michael Jordan is, look, if I have to pick any 4 of these people to watch over my lifetime, and I have watched them over my lifetime the most, it's Michael Jordan. And I wouldn't take that back for anything. I'm a basketball enthusiast. Okay. I live, breathe, and I know this is gonna put us over our level,
window.
But I shit hoop too. Okay. Basketball is everything for me. But with that being said, the reason why I'm gonna cut Michael Jordan is because Tom Brady is undeniably the GOAT of football. Michael Jordan's not undeniably
the GOAT of basketball.
He's
unless you don't know where you're 20.
Oh, yo, I got Kareem. So this is what I'm saying.
We can't turn this to a basketball debate.
I'll come on player's choice.
Listen to what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. A lot of you guys that say LeBron James is your GOAT. A lot of people
you can't.
Say, okay, but check this out though. Kareem has more accolades than Jordan.
I
ain't gonna say more.
Listen to what I'm getting at though. Listen to what I'm getting at. I'm not. This is not me arguing Michael Jordan and Kareem. This is me arguing Michael Jordan and Tom Brady. Now, Michael Jordan may have had more influence, but we're talking about who had more dominance. Brady has dominated from 3 different decades, right? Mm-hmm. Jordan dominated the 90s. Just think about it. If Jordan doesn't retire twice, maybe, but Jordan had a smaller window. Tom Brady is still doing it right now, and let Tom Brady come and get another championship. You could just kiss.
Do you know what they say? Do you know what? Listen, I'm not knocking Tom Brady. Tom Brady's the greatest of all time to ever do it. I'm with that. But do you know what they say about football? And this is why I cut Tom Brady.
Why is that?
It's the ultimate team game.
It is
more
but
so than
that's
any
not-
other sport. So when you talk about dominance, can one person dominate the ultimate team sport more than an individual can, more than a player who's one of five?
That's
How
why.
That's why I cut him.
How many
Honestly,
rings does he
though,
have?
it's only been one player I've ever seen that dominated a football game throughout a whole season, and that was 2015 Cam Newton. I couldn't believe it, and I saw him do it in college, where it was unexplainable. It was unexplainable.
Even that was only half of the game because he can only affect the offense.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? He can't even affect.
You're right. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
That's why I'm watching the chat, and maybe I shouldn't, because people are like, Brady, you're crazy. Brady can only dominate at best 50% of the game.
But
if
he
they
has dominated his 50% of the game.
Absolutely. Better than anyone else.
Can you say, okay, so this is the point I would bring up with Brady. Brady cried 15 years plus about him getting undervalued on his contracts, but he never left. Why didn't he leave? You see a lot of players fall out about contracts and they go leave.
What about when he did leave? He just last year, then this is the point I'm getting at. He went to a whole nother location.
Okay.
Sunny Tampa Bay.
All right.
He was the first quarterback to win on his home field.
And that's all I'm trying to say.
All right, so this is my question back to you.
Been more beautiful.
All right, so I'm gonna break this down. One thing about the NFL, and this is why it's kind of funny watching it. All of them teams, all 32 teams, are one or two pieces away from winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Just like with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they were 7-9 football team, 9-7 football team with Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
You bring in Tom Brady along with Gronk, Leonard Fournette, and Antonio Brown. You, like I said, you could go put that on the Packers, Saints, Rams. You put those Gronk, Brady, and Fournette on any other of those teams, they go win.
Gronk and AB don't come if Brady's not there.
Of course, yeah. But what I'm saying is, you bring those pieces in along with somebody like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, along with OJ Howard. Of course.
No, without a doubt, they're tough, and you can even say that this championship has an asterisk next to it. But if anybody has deserved to be able to go to a new location, whatever location they choose, Tom Brady has earned the right.
Why he didn't go to the Browns though? If he would have went to the Browns and did that
if he went to the Jets, was it Julian Edelman who said it? Who was it? If he goes to the Jets and win, then I'm impressed.
Hey, Ben,
what I'm saying.
What's your thoughts on this?
But to your point, to your point, Laurent, just quickly before you make yours, you said that with Jordan, there's a debate whether it's Kareem, Jordan, LeBron as the GOAT, but with Brady, there's no doubt. But really, even just that, okay, I get he won one in Tampa, but what was the narrative in New England? Is it Brady or is it Belichick?
And that's what I'm about to get at with Jordan.
And did he answer it by going to Tampa Bay with a stacked team, the number one defense, all those offensive weapons? Did he really prove that? Did he really prove it was?
No, he didn't. And like I said, this championship, it can't have an asterisk next to it. For like a la KD's championship.
Arguably, those first three rings can have a Spygate, tuck rule. Like, come on, deflate. I mean, if you
there's
want
a lot of gates.
It's a lot of gates
without a doubt.
I mean, like,
he lives in a great gated community, by the way. Amazing estate behind that gate. But I'm like, the only point I want to make with comparing Brady and Jordan is it's just like, you can say the Belichick, but also Jordan, it wasn't just, let's not act like Jordan didn't have a great situation. We can start from top to bottom.
You have to have a great situation.
No, to dominate.
Right, so let me ask you this.
What's up?
What is Phil Jackson actually called? He has a nickname. They call him the Zen Master. He's not necessarily known for his X's and O's. Yeah, he's known for the triangle offense. But
which isn't his.
Which is Tex winners. It's
Bill Belichick.
He was an assistant on that. He was an assistant on that. Well, he implemented it with
it's Sam Barry's. Hold on, it's Sam Barry's offense.
Yeah, but it was Tex Winners. He implemented it.
Yes, implemented into the book.
And don't fact check me on this. If I'm not mistaken, he has a degree in psychology. So for him in pro sports is learning how to mesh all of those egos together. that's one thing that differs from pro to college, because you got more egos, guys making more money. So if you want to speak to Fields' greatness, it's more so getting all of them egos to play cohesively together throughout 82.
It also
82
helps.
games.
It also helps when you have Jordan and Pippen, and then Shaq and Kobe. Like it does help. You know, I'm always on the player side versus the coaches.
Gotcha.
So because it's players' choice, it's not coach's choice.
Ben, let's hear your final thoughts on that topic. We're gonna finish that last topic because I really want to hear your thoughts, and then we're gonna have to end the show. Ben, what's your final thoughts on that one, real quick?
This was very hard. This was hard to do, but because all four of these were very great for what they do, man. This right here was tough. This was straight tough.
Gotcha. All right, so the last topic of the day, the most toxic fan bases in the NFL. Ben, I'll start. I think this should be unanimous, but I want to hear everybody's thoughts. What's your
Dallas Cowboys fans? The Cowboys fans, I cannot stand them. Man, how about them Cowboys? We're going to the Super Bowl this year. I'll be at church. I'll be at church at Sundays. The deacons, the Cowboys fans. Hey, D, how about them Cowboys? I'm like, oh my God, like they the most toxic, bro. Most toxic. Like every time they win a game, oh, we're going Super Bowl now. But I ain't gonna lie, Cowboys doing good right now. They doing good, but they ain't going Super Bowl. They go fall.
Team.
They go fall.
Bama, what you got?
Since he already took the Cowboys, man, I still can't get over my image of them, man. Why they probably will always be the unanimous when Michael Irvin was up there on First Take and he was ripping his shirt. How about them Cows sweating? But the next group, I would probably say the Patriots. I just hate that whole little franchise. It just seems like a little preppy.
That's a little
preppy, too good. Oh, we do the right things all the time. We say the right things all the time. We don't do that here. The Patriot way. Like, what the heck is that anyway? You know what I mean? Like, it's just annoying over there, you know? So I'll go Patriots since he stole the fan favorite.
Gotcha. Fluent?
Well, if you ask the Honey Badger, he says it's the Kansas City Chiefs. But I don't necessarily agree with him. I'm gonna go. Listen, I'm gonna go with your team, and I alluded to it earlier, man. I think the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, Philly.
I'd have to agree. I would have to.
Like you guys throw snowballs at Santa Claus.
Listen,
like just think about the two things I know about Philly. The Eagles fans, they throw snowballs at Santa Claus, and when Michael Irvin broke his neck and couldn't play football anymore, they cheered.
That's
nah. When it comes to, I love the Eagles, but I have to agree that the Philadelphia fans, the Eagles fans, are definitely the most toxic because they're so quick to turn on their players as well. They're so quick to turn on their coaches.
Ben Simmons.
They booed Donovan
We're talking
McNabb.
about Philly. We're talking about Philly all together. Not
Philly's
when they drafted
together.
They drafted McNabb and they booed him, and look how good like that turned out. Like
it's just the way they are, the way they treat opposing teams, fans when they get into the stadium, everything. Trust me, there's a lot of stories to go around. It's pretty bad. Like it's pretty bad. Like I tell people all the time, if you're not a Philly fan, don't go watch a Philly game.
From every single Raiders.
Time. Yep. I'm just saying, like, don't do it because it's gonna be a dangerous place. And you know, Philly, I've been in Philly a lot too, bro. Philly's a wild place.
I'd have to wear this jersey if I went, right? I don't know if you go.
You have to wear that Foles jersey. They would love you. They would love. Foles is a legend. Foles is a legend in Philly. He will always be a legend in Philly. I think that's one player they will never turn on, ever in my life. But yeah, Philly's definitely most toxic. Ron, what you got?
I mean, it's easily the Cowboys, easily. But since they were already mentioned, Philly was mentioned. Bama, who'd you go with?
Patriots.
Pats.
With the Patriots, I like that one too. Those are all three good ones.
Yeah, Patriots.
I'm gonna have to get real subjective with me being from Seattle, but living in Northern California. I hate these fans with a passion. I cannot stand even seeing the 49ers colors. I can't stand seeing that stupid jersey. I can't stand. Oh my God, I can't. It's just like me. It's kind of. They're almost like a worse version of the Cowboys. Every offseason, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. We're doing this and this.
Cool.
I'm like, bro, it's not the 80s no more. It's not the 90s. Like you guys had it. You had a chance.
Yeah, a
couple years back. You guys had a chance. You guys blew it. You should have kept Cap. I don't know what to say. Now you guys win again. You go again with Jimmy Garoppolo, and I'm like, no, it's just not happening. And for them, like at the beginning of the year, I keep hearing, oh well, we went once with Jimmy, so we could win it. We could win it this time with Jimmy. No. Trey Lance.
No.
Maybe we could see in 4 or 5 years.
Nah, they got him one. They got one brewing in the barn with Trey Lance. I ain't gonna lie. That's him.
How long is it going to take for that to brew, though?
Once they let him spin, that's pretty much say. I told people this. Forward with the rookie quarterbacks outside of Trevor Lawrence, you had Trey Lance and Justin Fields. Obviously, Justin Fields over at Nagy, and you see when Nagy's not on the coaching, you see he looks good. I told people that. Same thing with Trey Lance. Once you get away from that 2 quarterback, I hate that 2 quarterback system or whatever. The guy can't get a groove. Once he's out there and he knows he's the guy, they're gonna have some cooking over there at the Niners with Trey Lance.
All right,
nice.
Well, when he beats out Garoppolo the year after next year, then we'll talk about that. And then when they let him off the leash the year after that, then I'll be concerned about.
Ron, Ben, are you guys upset that Seattle's window is closed and they're done?
Yeah, we're not done, man. Nah, we ain't done.
Okay, folks. So we have had a great show, and we will be back.
Let's put that in the next
Tuesday with some more hot topics.
Boss.
Maybe some more flop topics. But until then, Dub, do you have anything you want to say?
Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for showing out. If you're watching on Twitch, thank you for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching till the end of the video. Definitely gonna keep this up. Keep this strong, man. Fluent, what you got?
Wait, Fluent already said what he needed to say.
I'm gonna say it again. Sports_Fluent, IG, Twitter, TikTok. But more importantly, go to YouTube and subscribe to Sports Fluent, because 1,000 subscriptions is the $1,000 giveaway.
Tough.
You guys go tap in and follow.
And that's another thing. That's another thing I want to mention. If you watch until the end of these videos, just drop a subscriber, drop a like. It doesn't hurt nobody. Helps us out, man. Definitely show some love, bro. It's definitely if you watch it till the end of the video, because it's obvious you like something. So go ahead, man. Ben, what you got to say?
This was a good one, man. Follow me on TikTok, BBen923. Follow me on Instagram, same thing, BBen923.
Bama?
Man, y'all boys, if y'all on Twitch, y'all want to see some gaming, the new season of Apex is out. Scam Thanos TV. Really finna go over and cut up and be live. If you want to see some more podcasts, Ground Zero TV, man, subscribe to me. Yep. Just like Fluent. Once we get to 1,000, I play on Xbox, but it's cross-plat, so I
think I might have to dust off my PS4 and join you real quick, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's all good. I'm a sweat though, so be careful. You go really
carry me, bro. Carry me. I can hold my own though, but I'm gonna need you to carry me for a little bit.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Tough. That's fire.
Well, folks, it was fun while it lasted, and until next time, we are out.
Peace.
Peace.